Then again, Leon and others got back to the townhouse where they were remaining. Yang Shi asked what they ought to do now. The blue-haired young lady expressed, taking a gander at how devout those clan's individuals were. Assuming that they discovered that we're here to eliminate the bugs, we'd presumably be taken care of to them right away. Before they could make any move, Leon heard some commotion, and they out of nowhere saw many little bugs moving toward them from by and large around. These bugs were wherever. The blue-haired young lady utilized her blazing charm wizardry to dispense with them, and Leon utilized his staff. A framework warning informed Lon that since his rival is too feeble, utilizing skirmish assaults on them won't procure him detail focuses. Leon likewise knew that if killing even bugs could get him detail focuses, he would have been conveying a vast water bottle searching for subterranean insects a long time prior. Youthful Shay utilized his sand-restricting and ground-expexion sorcery to kill every one of the bugs, yet in the process, the house they were in got obliterated. Leon lauded Yangshi, saying, "Who realized you could join those two gifts of yours?" Yang Roman 11 got humiliated, saying, "Don't specify it, since utilizing those two gifts and progression spent practically his mana." While they were all talking, Ju Si came from their back, commending that they got a few guts. He let them know that he initially needed to show them each of the a thing or two, yet they utilized satanic wizardry to kill the ends multitude of their cavern of 10,000 toxins. Now they would all become feed for the bug larvae and kick the bucket with bugs decimating them. While he was all the while talking, Yang Roman 11 utilized the ground blast enchantment and went after Jui. Lost 11 well-being from that assault, yet he was not harmed. Rather, he lashed out, asking, how might they venture to attempt to hurt him with these frivolous stunts? Jui is an ordinary level 10 NPC with 300 well-being, 40 strength, and 20 protection. His gifts are Bug by Chomp and Noxious Bug Control. They were going to see his status on the grounds that, dissimilar to a wild beast supervisor, the NPCs in the other world will have their own details stowed away except if they take harm. Seeing Succulent's details, they all got stunned. They don't see how they can win like this. His details are essentially equivalent to a manager. The blue-haired young lady said, "This mission in the cavern of 10,000 toxic substances isn't something novices can achieve." Lon thought, could this particular world be not quite the same as others somehow or another? He bounced towards Jui to assault, and seeing Lion running towards him, Jui egotistically said, "My arm's thicker than your thigh. I, Jui, could take on 10 wimps like you easily." Yet he doesn't have the foggiest idea about Leon's power. Leon punched him and he goes flying, losing 121 well-being. Jui gets up and lashes out, saying, "This is unimaginable. How should a simple human hurt me?" He utilizes his Bug Chomp ability, and when he does, his body enters the Bug Nibble Express. His well-being increments to 500, Solidarity to 60, and Safeguard to 70. Fong Evade was stunned to see that Juya details expanded once more, and his protection was duplicated a few times. Ju's eyes become red, and he pompously said, "Nobody can harm me currently. I'll utilize your blood to offer appreciation to my bug swarm." Seeing him, Lon likewise gets in the temperament to battle appropriately. After their battle, Jui is not doing so great and just 23 well-being remains. Leon severely thrashes him. Seeing the battle, everybody comprehends that Leon is a terrifying man. Leon begins examining Jui, asking, "What was that penance he led a little while ago, and who was that lady?" Vigorously harmed, Jui must choose the option to answer Leon. He lets them know that it was the bug penance their matron drives consistently. The Cavern of 10,000 Toxins has marked an agreement with the bug's sovereign mother, so they need to offer appreciation to them the evening of the full moon. That old green stone well is where the sovereign mother dwells and repeats. Hearing that, Yang She comprehends the reason why Xing's family needed to fix them of the toxin. He lets Lon know that they probably believed them should turn into the following round of penances. Lon asks Juk one final inquiry. For what valid reason did Xiaodong call the clan the Cavern of 10,000 Spirits, yet Jui calls it the Cavern of 10,000 Toxic Substances? Hearing that name, and Ju Si get confounded. He lets Lon know that there's just a single name with Dong in it in the whole Cavern of 10,000 Toxins, and that is their matron Evade Dong. Hearing him, Lion comprehends and thanks Johnny for his collaboration. Julia says, "My pleasure," and inquires as to whether he can go now. Lon punches him hard and says, "You can bite the dust now." Delicious loses his leftover 23 well-being and kicks the bucket. A framework warning comes saying that it has been recognized that the player Lon has managed the NPC Ju Xia utilizing scuffle assaults. 10 detail focuses and 50 exp experience focuses have been granted. Another notice comes complimenting Leon on effectively stepping up and killing the main NPC generated in the other world with Scuffle Goes After. The S-rank thing Sage's Assurance has been granted to him for this accomplishment. Sage's Insurance is a S-rank one-time use thing that nullifies one deadly blow. In the wake of getting the S-rank thing, Leon is extremely cheerful. He didn't expect that this NPC would drop such an overpowered thing since this is the most elevated position thing in the other world. Tooth Shoe asks what they ought to do now since locals will figure out they have killed him eventually. Lengthy Chong adds that they can't depend on Lon to take them on, as they all were terrified on the grounds that one resident was adequately destructive, and the matron have some control over the noxious bugs, so how is it that they could beat her? Leon lets them know that the mission simply needs them to eliminate every one of the bugs, so they don't have to confront the clan's individuals of the Cavern of 10,000 Toxic Substances head-on. Since the bug's home is in the Greenstone Well, they ought to simply explode it. He advises them to act before Suong understands what's happened. They all begin heading towards the woods since this is their most obvious opportunity. After some strolling, they show up at the well, and seeing that there's nobody here, they approach the well. Except for when they arrive, they see Sha Dong's folks' bodies lying adjacent to that well. It is extremely surprising for Leon and the others to find that the residents killed their own clan's individuals. Seeing this, Leon comprehends the reason why they were acting so oddly now. He understands that not every one of the clan's individuals are terrible. Leon advises the others to leave them there and first obliterate this well while they can. Yang, Tooth Yuan, and Tooth Disregard use fire, wind, and ground blast wizardry to go after that well. There is an immense blast, and with the well, almost ground likewise gets annihilated. A major dim opening shows up there. Seeing it, Yangshi asks, "With this strong assault, all bugs should have passed on, so why hasn't the framework informed them that they have finished the mission?" Unexpectedly, the matron of the harmful cavern digs out from a deficit, snickering, saying, "You rodents have been shrewd." With her is the foundation of the Cavern of 10,000 Toxic Substances, Quang Meng. She was not anticipating that Jui should bite the dust like that. Taking a gander at her, Leon asks, "Would it be advisable for me I call you the matron of the Cavern of 10,000 Toxic Substances or Sheodong?" Hearing him, the authority expressed out loud, "Whatever's the issue, older sibling? Don't you like my ongoing structure? Would it be advisable for me I turn around into Tuzong?" In a split second, the matron transformed into the young lady Leon met before. She acts charming and asks, "Which one do you favor, elder sibling?" With a miserable articulation, she said, "I needed to save you, elder sibling, and carry on my bloodline with you. Yet you've killed such countless bugs. In the event that I don't forfeit you, the Sovereign Mother will be exceptionally furious." Leon asks her, for what good reason she would kill her own clan's individuals. "Aren't they her folks?" The matron chuckles and said, "So what? They're only two feudal defiant bits of garbage." Hearing her call her own folks waste triggers Lean's displeasure. When Shundong called her folks pointless rebellious bits of garbage, Leon flew off the handle at her. Shundong said, "Older sibling, don't be furious in light of the fact that you will see them soon." In any case, she snickered, and large number of bugs emerged from her mouth and straightforwardly went after Lon. The bug encompassed him and began going after from all headings. Seeing Lon in a difficult situation, Yang Roman 11 and the others attempted to help him. Yet before they could do anything, they got gone after by another NPC. The person who went after them is Quang Mong, whose bug nibble status is dynamic right now. He cautioned Yang Roman 11 and others not to intrude on the matron. He is the one they ought to be battling. Quang Mong is level 10 with 500 well-being focuses. He has a normal of 55 strength, protection, and dexterity. His gifts are bug nibble